Oh. Hey guys, can you see Porter? Someone on my shoulder? She's adorable, as always. Okay, let's go to the editing screen. I feel like I need to tilt the camera that way some. Otherwise, she's going to be out of frame. Okay, I just need to be really close to my desk. This thumbnail I literally just pulled from Google Images. I'm just like assuming that it's a clip from the show. Can you hear her cooing? It's adorable. I got 2 canaries today. Bobo was being a turd, so I took him back to the rescue. And I got 2 canaries. And the owner said that people like the noises that canaries make, so she rarely ever gets canaries turned in. So I was like, I got 2. There was 4 available. I got the most brightly colored one and the one with the funniest hairdo. It's like it's got a bowl cut. I need to name it one of the Beatles. Actually, that'd be a good thing. The Beatles bowl cut. Yeah, the origin of the Beatles bowl cuts by Blong. This might be some interesting backstory. Wait a minute. I don't need that. Okay, cool. Oh, she's so adorable. Including herself. In their early years as a fledgling rock and roll band. In the late 50s and the early 60s, the Beatles sported typical slick back, greased up Tony Curtis, Elvis Presley type haircuts. And the early explanation as to the origin of the Beatles' haircut, George was quoted as saying that he came out of the swimming baths one day. His hair had fallen down over his forehead and he just left it that way. You want to go back, Porter? Here. Come on. Hop in my hand. Porter. Good girl. Okay. The true derivation of the world famous... Wait, so which one? George. So George was the one who started it. Where's the evidence, though? I need textual evidence. He came out of the swing baths one day. His hair had fallen down over his forehead, and he just left it that way. The true derivation of the world-famous coiffure is a bit more complex. As of August in the 60s, the newly named Beatles consist of 5 members. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Stu Sutcliffe, and a newly hired drummer named Pete Best. Oh, bassist. My bad. I thought that was a name. The band was hired to play as a series of gigs August in Hamburg, Germany. It was there that they met 2 people who were to have profound effect on their future careers as icons and trendsetters. Astrid Krecher and Jürgen Vollmer. Oh, he just showered and didn't want to clean his hair. And then they became a trendsetter. Incredible. What a dumb backstory. Alright. So Hootie's just chatting in this shot. Like how Hootie was the only thing that moved. Oh, I guess King changed position. Easy Palizo. That part, if I keep all of it the way it is for the parody, yeah, it's definitely gonna get the video taken down. To basically do it backwards. That's the moment when Lewis describes it as Foxy. I need music. Pokemon music. There we go. Oh, the canaries be chirping. There it is. There we go. Porter's walking around on top of the canary's cage, getting them an opportunity to get to know each other because they were not happy about sharing a cage with the budgie, especially a budgie that's capable of really messing them up when all they can do is peck with their teeny tiny beaks. I thought this joke was really dumb in the show. I like that they blurred the background for this shot. Something I need to do more often. Should I change the background? Because it's what was his name? Skeletor, but all super powered up. I haven't seen part 2 of Masters of Revelations yet. Y'all good over there? Birds flopping around. They sound like little baby chicks. Little peep noises they make. This hat deflated. I like it when they do accents in animation. I rarely pick up on them unless I'm going through it frame by frame like I do now. right there. A spooky lose face. There's a straight-on picture of Lou's face. Usually we see her at an angle, and I was drawing so many straight-on ones for the animation. It just looks funny. Because the way they combine the lip into the mouth. Maybe it's just on Lou's. That reward poster in the background is intense. I'm surprised that there isn't like a whole economy built around capturing Yale House if it's that large. By the way, I can do a headstand now. I couldn't do that last time I streamed. 2-3 weeks ago. It would be kind of hard to show on stream though. Ah, now she's using the pen. What significance is this pen? Doesn't show up later. That's so... That was solid. On the animation, that is. Is she tapping the clip? There's not like a button. She's just tapping it. It's turning on and off. No button required. Boiling house technology getting advanced. I realized there's in Steven's universe, there's a lot of original songs. And I'm like, oh, I could do my own original song for the parody. Just like I did for Brand New Animal. There we go. That's an appropriate drawing. I'll be right back. What's up, birds? much better. As far as plans go for the parody right now, because winter break's coming up and the fam's gonna be home, it's gonna be loud and busy. So I'm like, hey, I might not have a good opportunity to record. So what I want to do is get this and the She-Ra episode completely storyboarded and the script written and sent out to the people, and then I can start working on the other episodes. So they're mostly done. And then, let's see, wait, what was I doing for this month? I still have to do that She-Ra episode. And then the Dragon Ball Super episode is done. And then next month is Steven's Universe, Avatar, Owl House, and She-Ra. Okay. There we go. Now it's more of the screen. Oh yeah, we never got a good explanation for that giant sack that was above Bellow's head when they were like introduced him. It's like, was that the giant's sack? Is that what Bellows is into? Yeah, I'll usually spend like 2 hours doing specifically this, just going shot by shot. Chopping it shot by shot. Okay, new scene. I think the rain is also independent of this. So we can start the video here if we wanted to. And she passes out. And so will I. Cut to black. Wait a minute. I don't see why we need that. Cut to black. Thank you for the marker, Adobe. Never noticed that before. I don't know if it matters. Slap the witch. They made Ida's face so flat in this shot. I would think that her chin would jet out some more. Give her a bigger eyebrow ridge, some sharper cheekbones. Make her nose cover part of her mouth, give more depth to it. I don't know. King just several times throughout the show just grabs Luz by the leg. It looks really funny. I see that the way they draw the calves is very triangular. Do they join the triangles, or do they just draw circular joints and that's where they connect? Trying to figure out a better way that I can draw legs. Wait, is that her bed? That's disgusting. There's a freaking candle in her bed, which is also a nest. With cold pieces and a goblet? What is she, a dragon? The mood lighting in here is real good in this shot. It's a very dark episode. Okay. I was checking to see if they just keyframed his hand around the page, but the pencil was like sliding up and down in his hand, so couldn't have been. Which is even more confusing. Why was the pencil sliding in his hand as he was drawing? Her phone case has bat wings. Scary. Hands, fin, lips. That's part of the anatomy. That's why when you see anatomy portraits of dragons, they note where the lips are. Very specific to a certain subgroup. Important? Specific? I don't remember. So, I have to drag her back. I guess this can be a new scene right here. I was supposed to be paying attention for that as I was making it, but I forgot. Oh, we can make a surplus of alcohol jokes here. King. It's King. Right. She called him a prince. Weird thing to call anybody. Wait a minute. Okay, it changes here. Oh, it's a fade. It's like a couple seconds long fade, but it's whatever. It's also the start of a new scene. An elixir a day. Living bear trap. always think it's weird when there's cuts from like, oh, his eyes are wide, and now they're squinted between shots. It's just kind of, I've always felt it was very awkward. Is that continuity? Continuity issues? No idea. I'm gonna be putting out the next little Witch Academia episode real soon. At like 2 o'clock. Chug-a-lug-loos. They could have made so many puns with her name, but they didn't. Bylights. Very long shot. How long is it? 16 seconds. And then it's the Snaggleback. Spoilers. It's not actually. Big reveal. I wonder if it's kind of pointless to be making a parody of the Owl House. Or just make anything for the Owl House community anymore. Just because it had its moment in the sunlight, then everybody left it alone. Just like She-Ra was for most part. 5x5 Takes put out another She-Ra video real recently. But I haven't seen a She-Ra video in so long. So it's like, oh, people forgot about that. And having done a video on Ag, somebody was like, yeah, but I saw that when it came out, so... Oh, so just because I didn't make the video close to when it released means it's irrelevant? And that reminds me of Arcane. It's like, it felt like only a week after it came out, everybody made videos on it. But now all the hype is already dying down. So it's like, oh, what would be the point of me getting into it now when everybody else is already over it, you know? This is a long shot here. Yeah, I need some water. Why are you putting on rubber gloves? What's that supposed to protect you from? Electricity? Kids being kids. It's one of the fun parts about kids shows. You see them do ridiculous stuff like that. And you're like, yep, that's how kids behave. Hockey stick. Now that's a weapon. I only have half of it cut up. Lame. Okay, I imagine that there's a separate scene here. Yes, there is. When we start here. So scooted all of that over. It's been 40 minutes. Okay. I just had a coffee right before I started. And man, it is... Coffee makes you pee. Did you know that? You probably didn't know that. Now you know! Did you know if you put salt in your coffee, salt is alkaline and coffee is really acidic, so it's easier on your stomach? Ah. And they're gonna be like, oh no, it was eaten by the snaggleback. Wait a minute, and... Oh, it's just a head turn and a pan. I thought it was like the camera turned around, so it was Pillow's field of view. And she gone. What was it? For episode 3, we only used something close to half the scenes. Okay, I corrected that cutting mistake. Shop here. Shop here. How far? Oh, this is only half the OST. Wow. It's Shoe. I wonder if they chose slip-ons because it'd be easier to animate. Or if stylistically it's supposed to be... I don't know. you know the whole thing about like, oh, you can tell somebody's personality based on the shoes they wear? I think it's more like you can tell somebody's job based on the shoes they wear. But anyway, I just wonder why they came to the decision on the shoes that Luz wears. Put that in the Q&A bin. Why does Luz wear white slip-ons? Is it because she's a kid and she doesn't know how to tie a shoe? Oh, man. The dance. Snaggleback dance. Somebody just fell off their perch and splattered on the bottom of the cage. It was probably Porter, because Porter doesn't know how to fly. The steward is a really good flyer and probably would have caught herself before she fell. Too far. Squish the snaggle thing. Snaggle. I don't know. I'm trying to make a pun or joke that makes fun of his name, but couldn't think of it. Yay! Having eaten the yummy turtle. Maybe that's the joke we should make about it. Let's see, what Pokemon? No, because there's that Mario creature. That's the turtle with the spiky shells. It's one of those. It's that, whatever it's called, that's what the Snaggleback is. Sorry. Yeah. The canaries are cleaning themselves. There's just a random... Oh, it's an ad break cut? Is that what it is? Because there's two. Now that would make sense. 8 minutes? Okay, yeah, that's probably an ad break cut. Cool. I'll be back after I get water and empty. Getting it? Never mind. It's not really a thing going on. What is this bit? Oh, the Snaggleback chat. Wait, is this recycled footage? Oh wait, it's not. I noticed they recycled some animation. Oh, they make such cute noises! Do you hear them chirping in the background? It's adorable. It reminds me of baby chicks. Groovy music. Yeah, I wonder how long. Starrocks, what's up? Oh, Starking Rocks. I wonder how long King has lived with Ida. How old is King? Can we find out on the wiki? Eight. I feel like at 8 years old, wouldn't he know that she's actually part this owl monster thing? Oh man, that's a smooth transition. I love it. That'd be a great place to put an ad break. This monster's coming at you. Like, ah, ad! Geico. If I ever get to that point, I'm gonna do something like that. Oh, cool. They discovered the food. They're eating the bird seed now. Awesome. Bobo. When I brought Bobo home, he didn't know what the pellets were because he was used to eating the seeds. So I had to try again and again and again to get him to eat the pellets. Until finally, like a week in, he finally ate the pellets. Oh, excuse me. Shop there. This is a pretty long scene. I wonder if I should cut it in half. And I'll see what Daniel wants to do with it. When he stories it, writes it, I mean, my bad. Oops. That's not what I wanted to press. There we go. That's how I got a few frames out of order. I don't like this watermark in the top right corner. It also only downloaded in 480, so it's whatever. Oh my gosh, that looked like a chunk of wood was stuck in her foot. That looks so painful. And no, it's just a tag. That's what happens when you have the same color brown as the house. Looks like a piece of wood. I want to know the magical constitution of the potion. Like, why doesn't Ida just figure out how to brew it herself? I mean, wasn't she a potion student or something? Or was that her sister? I don't remember. This is the scene where they discover what she really is drinking. Oh, here's Johnny. I need to do that. I need to do that. Here's Johnny, but it's Owl House. That'd be a great TikTok. Sweet. And save. Oh, there's like a cute little puppy dog in this scene. With a big smile and big floppy ears and the big eyes. And the desire to be with you. I don't know what kind of thickness they do for the characters' borders around the face and whatnot. Because it changes from this scene to this one. So I just don't know. Hey, there's a little gem on her chest. Show her she's totally corrupt. I could do some Steven Universe references. Her gem is corrupt. And Bellos is a diamond. Phones don't flash just because you drop them. Come on. That's some of the most forced writing I've ever seen. But then again, I mean, the characters serve the plot in this show instead of the... Wait. Yeah. Instead of vice versa. So the characters will do whatever the plot calls for, instead of the characters are themselves, and them being themselves creates the plot. I dig this track. You know, I honestly don't think this was that good of a show. I just think the reputation, the representation in it got people really hyped, and then they didn't realize how just forced and unnatural a lot of it feels. The writing, I mean. But then again, I think writing is what most gets criticized in most shows anyway. This is a Jurassic Park moment right here. Now that I've had a beer, I feel more comfortable complaining about a show that I like. I wonder if Arcane's gonna be the same way. Everybody's so in love with the representation and queerness that they don't see issues. There's a long shot. Okay. I'll make this a new scene. Just because it's so long. I mean, I can always make it one scene again later if I need to. That'd be a money shot if I use it. And highly risky. Wait a minute. Without House Abridged, I've already opened the door in a poor animation. I mean, using the animations poorly. So, I don't need to go fancy. I can be lazy and half as if I want to. It doesn't need to be B&A or She-Ra levels of quality. Oh, I was holding shift down while I did that. I did that on accident earlier too. And this is where King melts down into a pile of inadequacy, I think? And Luz needs to spark his passion. I think it's cute that the plot stems around... Well, it initially starts with Luz trying to find like people who appreciate her for who she is, and then she immediately finds that in Ida and King. And then what? The plot kind of ended there, and just became covens and corrupt government and silly fun episodes. Like for the plot of Steven Universe, it was him wanting to be a part of the Crystal Gems, and then to him struggling to do what they do all the time because the canaries are chirping. They sound so cute. Oh, this song. This is from one of the episodes in the extras of this Sky Explorers of Sky. I really want to animate the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon events. But copyright is such a big issue. Like, I could see a court case where they go, hey, you're using our game and our characters. You're not allowed to do that, son. It's like, oh, is it transformative? Well, he's using the same plot, same characters, same dialogue. Oh, nope, that doesn't work. I'd have to reinvent it somehow. Change the dialogue, change the characters to be Pokemon aren't in the game. They're like as quiet as the doves, but they also make cute noises, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if the microphone's even picking them up. It should be able to pick them up. Unless it's too high pitch for the microphone. Not sure. It's a translucent leaf. Yeah, those exist. That's how. Let's have a really fucking bright phone. Oh, excuse me, I should be swearing. YouTube will yell at me. YouTube will spank me. I can have Alan say that. Oh, that I think that'd probably be in character for him or Bo. You can't say that word, Alan. Well, yeah, I was gonna spank you. Oh, man. I like how the spell absorbs the leaf and all the paper that she ever writes the spell on. Like, why does it do that? Oh, I guess it's the alchemical idea of equal exchange, you know? Because they use the fluid and the bile sac on their heart to cast their spells. She uses paper. Wait a minute. So, can another witch have like a stack of paper with them? Just cast spells using that as their fuel? Can you just take a stick in nature? Ah, is that why they use wands? Because the organic matter in the wand is fuel for the spell? So it's more like they're carrying around a battery? Why do they... But why do they have to make it shoot out of the wand? When they've established that it's unnecessary. Magic makes no sense, man. The Magic the card game makes more sense than actual fantasy magic. Wait, so what would bile and wood have in common? What is bile? A digestive fluid produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. So, acid? Is tree bark acidic? The pH value is 2.2 to 4.7. So I think that's alkaline, right? Because if it's above 6, that's acidic. Acidic. Okay, 7 is pHs that are less than 7 are acidic. Okay, it has to be greater to be alkaline. Okay, so trees are acidic. Okay. Okay, I think we just figured out how magic works. It's acidity. What is acidity? Water acidity is defined as the capacity to react with a strong base up to a given HP value. The quality, state, or degree of being sour or chemically acid. The acidity of lemon juice. The quality or state being excessively or abnormally hyperacidity. What causes acidity? Eating a heavy meal and lying on your back or bending over at the waist. Snacking close to bedtime. Eating certain foods. That didn't answer. What does high acidity do? Like, principally speaking, we know it weakens all the body systems. So if you eat too much acidic food, then it's gonna put a strain on your immune system. But why does it do that? I wanna know why, not what it do. I know that if you eat too much acidic food, it'll burn you from the inside out. I know if you like acidic stuff burns and destroys and corrodes. But I want to know why. Why does acidic stuff burn? Chemical burns. Hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid are proton donors. To drop to 0 as hydrogen ions dissociate. So sulfur and hydrochloric. Are proton donors, which cause the pH in local tissue. Okay, time to learn about hydrochloric acid. We're figuring out how magic works in the outhouse. I can make a video on this. Hydrochloric acid, also known as muriatic acid, is an aqueous solution of hydrogen chloride. It is a colorless solution with a distinctive pungent smell. It's classified as a strong acid. Okay. The perfect amped up music for this. And sulfuric acid. It's composed of the elements sulfur, oxygen, and hydrogen. That is miscible with water. What is sulfuric acid used for? Is highly acidic. Okay, so they're both burn. What makes something alkaline? Because it reacts with what makes something acidic. It'll just be like, oh, hey, a base or alkali accepts hydrogen ions. Wait, so if it's really acidic, that means it has too many hydrogen ions? A base or alkali accepts hydrogen ions. And when added to water, it soaks up the hydrogen ions formed by the dissociation of water, so that the balance shifts in favor of the hydroxyl ion concentration, making the solution alkaline or basic. An example of a common base is sodium hydroxide, used in making soap. Wait, so is water alkaline? Because I know sodium hydroxide is acidic and very toxic. Wait, is that because there's hydrogen in water? Wait, so if vegetables are all alkaline because they have water inside them, and cooked meats and whatnot are considered acidic because the water is evaporated out of them, is water alkaline? Water has a pH of 8 or 9, so water is alkaline. What water is considered alkaline? Pure water has a pH of 7, so it's neutral. Makes sense. Water from the top varies in its pH. Wait a minute. So, more hydrogen makes it more acidic? Or does less? Does hydrogen make things more acidic? High concentrations of hydrogen ions yields a low. Okay, so hydrogen does make things more acidic. So low hydrogen. There's not a lot of hydrogen in water. Because it's already bonded. Because there's 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. There's H2O, and that makes water. So I have to look at hydrogen in cooked meat. Cooking with hydrogen peroxide acceptable? Does meat contain hydrogen? Poultry, fish, dairy, and legumes are proteins that are sources of hydrogen. The chemical structure of amino acids may differ, but all amino acids contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Is hydrogen acidic? The hydrogen gas is neither an acid nor base. Why does hydrogen make things acidic? I wish I knew chemistry. One water molecule gains a hydrogen and therefore takes on a positive charge, while the other water molecule loses a hydrogen atom and therefore becomes negatively charged. H3O is called a hydronium ion, and it makes things acidic. Wait. What? Well, which one is the hydronium ion? The one with 1 hydrogen or 3 hydrogen? It makes things acidic. pH stands for potential, or hydrogen power. How does hydrogen affect acidity? High concentrations of hydrogen ions yields a low. So more hydrogen means more acidic, because it has more potential. So the bile sac is hydrogen? What is stomach acid? Because there should technically be more hydrogen in it. What is gastric juice, or stomach acid, is a digestive fluid formed within the stomach lining with a pH between 1 and 3. Gastric acid plays a key role in digesting proteins. Hydrogen in trees. Scientists have built a forest of nanowire trees that can use solar energy to turn water into hydrogen fuel. Wow, science. Who would have thunk it? This is 2012. Something we probably still don't understand. Electrical engineers at the University of California, San Diego have built a forest of nanowire trees that use solar energy to turn hydrogen into fuel. Okay, how do trees use hydrogen? The process of photosynthesis. The first step in photosynthesis is the harnessing of the sun energy. The harnessed energy of the sun acts upon the water absorbed by the root of the plant's tree, or by splitting the hydrogen from the oxygen inside a wall. Wow, so trees take the water and then they rip the molecules apart. Okay, first step. During the process, chlorophyll within the chloroplasts of plant and tree cells absorb the light energy of the sun, which is the photons. Well, it should be the photons that they're absorbing as far as I understand. Chlorophyll, a pigment, is also responsible for giving plants their green color. Chloroplasts act as collection centers in the plant cells, storing the sun's energy until it can be fused, which I'm pretty sure is the photons. The harnessed energy from the sun then acts upon the water absorbed by the roots of the plant. Okay, so the photons split the molecules. That's a little nuclear reactor. Carbon dioxide exhaled into the atmosphere by animals and humans is then absorbed by the plant's leaves, and the hydrogen connects with the carbon dioxide to produce sugar. Well, I guess now we know where cane sugar comes from. The sugar is turned into plant food, and the extra oxygen created during this process is released. Wait, so adding the hydrogen to the carbon dioxide creates sugar and oxygen? And then it eats the sugar and spits out the oxygen. Wait. So, how does that mean it has a low pH then? Because more hydrogen means more acidic, but plants are alkaline, so it means that they don't have a lot of hydrogen. Wait. This sounds backwards. Because if this hydrogen was now a part of the sugar that the plant's eating, and the oxygen goes out into the atmosphere, it's just collecting hydrogen, which would make the plant more acidic and not alkaline. Next paragraph. Threats to tree photosynthesis. This doesn't make any sense. How much hydrogen in trees? Thus, a living tree is made up of 15 to 18% carbon, 9 to 10% hydrogen, and 65 to 75% oxygen by mass. Okay, so because it's low in hydrogen, that means it's alkaline. Wait, so how much hydrogen is the human body made out of? Mass of a tree. What percentage of mass of human body is hydrogen? I feel like this was by mass, about 69% of our bodies are made up of 4 key elements. Hydrogen, 9.5%. Does heat release hydrogen? Currently, around 90% of the world's hydrogen is produced in steam methane reformers. What? This combines natural gas with high temperature steam, which separates the hydrogen and the carbon. The latter of which is then sequestered, captured, and stored. I'm almost done editing the cutting up and those per shot basis. I need to focus on that instead of not understanding plants. I'm going to release the next episode of Little Witch Academia now. Peace out, fellas.